Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame. So, you see the title. So let's get into it. So this episode started off with Kimmy and Maurice in bed. And this is after everything happened where they had their bachelor party and she had her bachelorette party gathering all the other stuff. And, you know what I'm saying, they're in the bed and they're talking, and she's trying to get him to open up about what went down at his bachelor party and where they went. And at first he didn't want to say nothing, and then she was like, oh, so if a video were to appear, then, I roll up on you and say what I got to say or whatever. He blurted out everything. He blurted out everything that he felt like he needed to say in that moment. And she laughed. Like, it was just so cute, y'all. So he was like, yeah, I did this, I did that, or whatever. And so she was like, I don't know why you try to make it so hard. But anyway, so then they were going to get up and get ready. It was cute. So then they end up showing Melody and Martell in bed. And it's after 12 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon. And, they trying to put on a front like they all lovey-dovey, but I'm just like, stop. I was just like, somebody please stop the lies. Y'all, so, eventually they got up and started trying to get ready because they were going to have to meet Kimmy and them somewhere. Y'all, so, of course, she wanted to know what was going on, what happened. And, he tried to say, he didn't do nothing while he was out there. Y'all, excuse all the flickering and things. I have gray hairs and stuff. Every time you see something, 99% of the time, it is a gray hair that's flickering and shining, doing the most. Lord. So anyway, he tried to say, no, he didn't dance with nobody. Nobody danced on him. Where they went, nothing inappropriate happened, which we all know is a lie. And so, he said that, all he spent was $20. Because at first she was like, well, how much money did you spend? And so he checked his pockets and he saw all his money was there except for $20. And so he made it, he demonstrated how he supposedly threw the money, which, as we all saw the video, ain't no way with all the stuff he was doing, it was just only $20. I'm sorry. He tried to make it seem like he had the $20 wadded up and he just threw it at the stripper. So then Melody gonna try to act like, she kind of forgiving and trying to be in the moment with him, was like, I know I taught you better. And then she gonna hold the stack and make it seem like she making it rain. I was like, girl, if you don't go somewhere and sit down. So then they end up going to Marsau and his wife, Letitia. And, she was like, what happened with y'all? What did y'all do? And he gonna lie to my some 70% of what happened that night was him and other guys who were married giving him, Maurice, his brother, marital advice and all this other stuff. And so Letitia still ain't trying to hear that. Everybody know Marsau lying. And so she was like, well, what's going on with the situation with the drinks and stuff? Did you buy anybody a drink? He tried to make it seem like they brought 2 bottles with them. And when they got to the place where they were going to be at, he bought another bottle. And it was kind of like a rounds on him type of situation. So I was just like, sir, you just need to stop the lies. So Tisha ain't dumb like that. She ain't dumb. People be thinking that she just dumb, but she ain't. That's why she been reading. Lately, she been really I be looking at her like, yes, you better read. She really will read out of nowhere. So I've been here for it. Y'all, so they end up doing this meet and greet. And this is what everybody was getting ready for. And it's a big, spread, so to speak, a big area. Everybody, meaning literally everybody that was going to be at the wedding later on. Everybody got together and they met up for lunch or something like that, or brunch. And Wanda, who is Letitia's mama, she showed up. And apparently her and Marsau do not get along very well. Her mama was reading out the gate. I'm just like, yes, Wanda, you better read. I am here for it. Wanda be setting it off, and I am all the way here for it. So, yeah. So, Melody says something about, so, you know, what's going on? I'm talking about in front of everybody. I'm just like, Melody, you need to stop. She gonna bust up out of nowhere and was like, so, you know, I don't know if y'all know, but somebody went live, and I ain't gonna say who, but somebody went live, and I saw everything that happened. So anybody want to discuss what was going on and all this other stuff? It eventually got to the point where people were just like, what are you talking about? And then they were talking about how much money was spent. Marsau said that he spent $1,300 in the club on drinks. Wanda said it all the way. I was like, $1,300? What you mean $1,300? And then he ain't had his ring on or nothing, y'all. So Tisha either ignored the fact that he didn't have his ring on, or she genuinely did not realize or pay attention to the fact that he didn't have his ring on. And so, y'all, it was just bad. It was so bad. Like, him and her mama kept going back and forth a little bit. It didn't get, like, disrespectful or, like, to where I needed to be like, all right, now, don't make me have to jump through this TV screen. And, you know, it wasn't nothing like that. But it was just to the point where everybody was just, you know, Tisha was looking all embarrassed. And she actually said at one point in time that, you know, she was out here looking embarrassed because they out here together. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go out somewhere, why are you doing that? You know, having your ring off. People are going to think you're available when you're not because you're married to me. Y'all, it was just a lot that was going on. I was tired. And he get on my nerves because he gonna sit up there and say, he tried to, like, baby talk her. Well, I don't want to say baby talk. He like kind of pulled her in and was like whispering, like, you know, we already had this conversation where, you know what I'm saying, I told you that, you know, when I drink, my hands get fat, I swell up, and all this other stuff. I was just like, if you don't get somewhere, shut up. Like, my soul irks my soul. I can't do it. So anyway, Kimmy is in her feelings because it is raining it down. It is raining cats and dogs. They're supposed to be having a yacht wedding. So as of right now, it looks like that ain't about to happen. So she in her feelings, and she was just like, I wish it would just stop. I wish it would go away. So Letitia, you know, that's going to be her sister-in-law because both of them are married. Well, marrying, and Tisha is already married into that particular family because, like I already told y'all, Maurice and Marsau are brothers. So, you know, Letitia is trying to be encouraging and try to tell her, you know, you just have to think about it. God is washing away the old and all this other stuff with the rain. So ain't nobody really trying to hear that. We just need the rain to stop. Like, I get it. I'm here for it. But I know Kimmy was just like, look here, I need the rain to stop. So what I thought was so cute, so sweet, was Maurice's take on the rain. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because you could tell Kimmy was kind of like nervous and excited and everything like that mixed into one. But Maurice, he was so calm about everything, like the before everything. And he was in his little confessional, like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like the rain is just a symbolization of, you know, a relationship. You know, you're going to go through some stuff. And eventually you're going to get over. You have to go through some stuff to see if you can stand the test of time. Like, he just said all this little really cute. I was like, you better, sir, you better say that. Like, he kept saying such sweet stuff. I was like, you better do that. It really was so sweet. So, of course, Melody is just going to forever be in her feelings. But in this particular moment, Melody is in her feelings because her husband has been drinking, and he usually doesn't drink. Like, apparently he don't drink at all. So that's why I was shocked the last time that the show was on where he was taking shots. Because I was like, You don't take a sip every now and again? I mean, I understand there are people who don't drink, but it was just to the point where I was like, why did you even get a shot of a straight liquor anyway when you know you don't drink? Because me, I don't drink. But I will try a glass of wine every other blue moon, and I will get a frozen margarita and sip on that a little bit and hope that it's, you know, more on the sweet side with the little purees and stuff than liquor, because I'm not an alcohol drinker like that. But apparently he don't drink it at all. Like, he almost never drinks. And she was like in her feelings, because she was like, I can't even get him to drink a glass of wine with me to eat with dinner, to have with dinner. But he's been out here just drinking. I was like, Lord have mercy. He did. He got turned. I was just like, sir, you need to stop. Y'all, so they ended up showing Letitia and Kimmy in this, I guess it was a limo. And they were going to the, I was going to say, well, venue. I mean, it is the venue. But they were being driven to the venue. And Letitia was like, here, I have this note for you. And it's from Maurice. So she was like, what? What is going on here? Y'all, Kimmy trying to read the note. I was so tired. I was like, you don't know your man handwriting. You done been with him 7 years. She was struggling. I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, it was really, really bad. It was to the point where she couldn't read it. So then Letitia was reading it like it wasn't. I was just like, what is happening? So then she read like the last little line. But I was just like, Lord, the whole everything, like 95% of it, Letitia had to read it. I was just like, ma'am, what happened? What's wrong with you? You all right? And it was a really sweet note or whatever. And I was like, oh, you better do that. Then they ended up showing Marsal and Maurice in a limo, and Marsal was trying to ask him how he felt and all this other stuff. And you know, Maurice is all the way here for it. He is very excited, and I'm just like, you better have that energy. You better have that enthusiasm, because that's what I'm talking about. So when they got to the yacht, the guys, one of the people that was setting up stuff, they were like, look, so just to give you a heads up, we're doing plan B right now. Just in case the rain doesn't let up, you know what I'm saying? They're going to have to get married on the inside. So they're setting everything up just in case they have to get married in the area that they were going to have the dining and all that stuff. So yeah, it was crazy as far as that was concerned, y'all. So we get to the big moment. They end up being able to see. They're going all around trying to figure out, you know, actually on the yacht, trying to figure out if there were any spots they could go to. And then they were like, there's a spot over there. And they had like a 15-minute window. And so Kimmy's in her confessional. She was like, we got a 15-minute window. I want to be able to try whatever I can in order to be able to have a wedding where it's not raining or whatever. So she can have the wedding that she want, y'all. I was just like, Lord, they're doing the most. They had the wedding. It was so nice. I was like, oh, look at the vows. Kimmy was just, I'm like, yes, girl. Yes, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. She was like trying not to cry because she done got her hair and makeup done. And Maurice, he was so sweet. He kept doing wait a minute. Maurice kept having his little napkin. Maurice was just like, I was like, you better do that. You better do that. I was all the way here for it. Y'all, so after the vows, after they got married, it was so amazing. They kissed. And it's like, in all seriousness, it seemed like God just opened up the windows of heaven. Like the background, the sunset, it was amazing. Like it literally looked like a picture, like in some exotic place. It looked amazing. I was like, oh my gosh. And so Kimmy was in her confessional. She was like, it's like, you know, I didn't even think about it, but we had to let the rain happen in order to get that background. I was like, yeah, girl, yes. It was everything. Y'all, so the reception happens. You know, it's below deck. So the reception happened and everybody is setting it off. You know, they have their dance, that whatever the music was. I'm thinking it was going to be copyrighted, so we couldn't hear what the real song was. But they had their dance together and they were having fun. They were enjoying themselves. Y'all, during the part where they were actually eating, y'all, I was tired in my spirit. Wanda set it off again, and she brought up how Marsau did not have his ring on. And so Letitia was just looking like, you out here embarrassing me. Like, Tisha was tired. I was like, oh my gosh, y'all. So they was going back and forth. I was like, Lord have mercy. This is too much. Y'all, so it had got to the point where Kimmy got tired of it being about Marsau. Kimmy said, look, yesterday we talked about you for 3 hours. Today is our day. And Maurice has his ring on, and she held his hand up and everything. I was like, yeah, you better set it off, girl. So, you know, she just was like, this is our day. You ain't finna sit up here and talk about you again on our, you know, this is our trip for our wedding. We ain't finna just keep sitting up here talking about you all the time. It ain't about you, it's about us. So they ended up partying, man. I am so glad that Kimmy actually let loose. Kimmy was dancing so hard and having so much fun. She was sweating. Like, all the makeup had to be gone. Like, she was really sweating down. I was like, yes, y'all better have fun. Like, that's how much fun she was having. Like, you could tell that they really love each other and that they, you know, they seem to be right for one another. I'm here for it, y'all. Meanwhile, Martell and Melody are sitting up there looking like, I'm just here so I won't get fined. Like, they literally looking like, you know why I'm here. I'm just here so I won't get fined. I was just sitting there like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Like, it's just like, it's almost to the point where it's like, y'all could have stayed at home. Like, they look so miserable. They really were just sitting there. Like, literally everybody else, down to the children, were enjoying themselves. All these other random people's kids and things were enjoying themselves. They sitting up there looking like fools. Y'all, so anyway, they end up going somewhere to talk amongst themselves. And so Melody's still in her feelings about everything as usual. She want to know what it was about the side chick that made him want to step out there like that, because she felt like she was doing everything. She was like, you getting all this, you getting sex, you getting food, the house getting clean, I'm working, everything that needs to be done is happening, but you sitting up here, you stepped out on me. And so he said she wanted to know, like, how long the situation was. He was like, every time she asked him something, he was like, you already know the answer to that. So she was like, I want you to answer it though. So she asked him, how long were you in that relationship with that girl? Because they had a whole relationship. Like, that literally was his girlfriend. Like, the title was girlfriend when he had a whole wife at the house. I was just like, oh my gosh. At first he tried to say a year. And he was like, okay, yeah, 2 years. So she was like, 2 years? And what was it about her? And then, you know, asked how did they meet and all this other stuff. Apparently they was at somebody's house party and they met, and he saw her and she had on this outfit and she walked by. So she was like, oh, so all somebody got to do is just dress a certain way and just have a little booty, and then you just gonna go follow him behind. Like, Melody kept going all the way off. It was bad. I was just like, Lord, you know, Melody was just like, look, you don't understand how I feel, because for me, I'm with you and I'm thinking that our situation is perfect. You know what I'm saying? They were young and all this other stuff, you know, and still in their 20s. She felt like their relationship was perfect. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, they've been together 10 years now. So for 2 years out of the 10 years, now that they've been together, 2 years out of how, I don't even know when to, shoot, that was like within their 8th or 9th year. So 8 years in and all this was going on. Now, this is just the marriage. I don't know how long they were dating. I think they were dating for an okay amount of time, but still. So if I'm doing the math correct, they were together officially 8 years. So the last 2 years of their marriage, or within the last 3 years of their marriage, in between that time frame, he had a whole relationship. And so, you know, she was just like, I don't understand. I gave you everything that I was supposed to give. I did everything I was supposed to do, but you still sat up here and did what you did. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's just never gonna end. I don't understand why she keep asking him these questions. He raggedy. You know what I'm saying? He wanted what he wanted. He did what he did. And he didn't care if she was out here making money. There's a lot of dudes out here that would tell you, I want a woman who make her own, who got her own this. And then will sing that independent song, set it all the way off, and you getting everything. There are people who do all those things and they still get cheated on. So, I mean, he almost lost his family, and I don't know if I believe that she would actually leave him. Melody said she just felt like all this stuff that happened, it just was like a slap in the face. And she just still does not understand what led up to it, because she felt like she was giving her all. She said that he could have came to her and talked to her and all this other stuff, but, you know, that didn't happen. So we're here. So, you know, she's deep in her feelings. She said that it ended up getting so bad that it was just disrespect at this point, you know, as it got closer to the end of the situation, because the girlfriend would call his phone and would eventually call her, and, you know, she would set it off or try to talk to her and try to get him to, you know, intervene. He wouldn't even say nothing. So he was like, you know, that was just the first phone call. I was kind of shocked that you even would want to talk to her. She was like, but you're supposed to be my man. What you expect? So, y'all, I was just so tired. It was just a lot. Like, more and more happens. More and more comes out every week. But yeah, y'all, the most gonna happen next week too. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that, and I will see y'all on the next one.